So can we call some other classes also from the run method? We can. Yes or no? So let's say, is this salary processing where you have written that, correct? So I will create, let's say, one more class here, right? Okay. So fund transfer. Okay. And println, what will happen here? Inside. Okay. Now you can do this class, you can call it into a salary processing, right? So maybe you can create this and you can call this obj fund transfer. So how many times this fund transfer will be called here? Hello guys. 2 times, right? So 2 times this inside a fund transfer will be getting called. I am in run method and that inside a fund transfer, right? Now, if both the threads, right? So let's say here you are processing it for fund transfer, right? Let's say string account number 1, comma, string account number 2. Okay? From one account to, you can say, or maybe you can say from company account to a what we can call as to particular an account. Correct? So in that scenario, again, salary operation. So here you need to pass these two account, right? Are you getting my point? These two accounts, you need to pass it. Let's say company account is for, comma, this account you can also pass it for customer account, right? Yes or no? Hmm? Hello guys. Run as a Java application. Correct? Now, if you wanted to particularly, right? Let's say T1 and T2. Hmm? If you are going to making it much more complex here. So the salary processing here, if I will make this as a, let's say, string account, right? Okay. Private string account. This dot account is equal to a account. Okay. So in that scenario, I can use this account here. Can I do like this? Right? So in operations, right, I need to pass, right, for different account number here for a different. So I will create a two different objects here. So here I am passing it here. Let's say this number. Here I am passing this number. Okay. Okay. So this is the obj1. Are you getting my point? Right? So one thread will process and transfer into a first account and second thread will transfer into another account. Everybody got it? Right? So how I will pass this? Whenever in salary processing, I am just putting all this data through a, what I can say, through a constructor. Yes or no? This is a simple, I have done two objects I have created. First is I have given into this account number. Second time I am giving to this account number. And this account number where I am using it for processing a salary here. So this is, let's say, company account. So from company account, if I will create a first object with the different account, second time I am creating a different account, different object with the different account. And I am calling to a fund transfer. You got it? So like this, you can just make it like this, correct? Now, can I run? Now into fund transfer. Here, you can use company account. And also here you can say correct. So salary operation. You see, inside the fund transfer, for two different transfer, we have done it. Are you getting my point? So this fund transfer method is basically shared between these two threads. Are you getting my point? Yes or no? So there can be a chance whenever multiple threads can reach at the same time, but it's a very simple operation. We have just put one println statement. That's why. Otherwise, it will take time. So if you will see, I can do also little, if you wanted to just pause or halt for some time this execution. So here I can just say thread.sleep. And this is in millisecond, you can specify. Yes. In milliseconds. And it is basically a throwing some exception. So you need to surround, try and catch. Interrupted exception. Okay. So it will This sleep is basically what? It is taking a time into a long in milliseconds. So 20,000 milliseconds, you can calculate into seconds. Hmm? So till that time, sleep means it will go for a sleep mode, not performing anything. So other can also cannot do anything. You got my point, right? So I will keep this after this statement. Oh, sorry. This statement we will print first. Then we will go for a sleep. ठीक है? So again, I am starting it here. So you see, pause. Now it is, and after some time. Inside the fund transfer. Now you will see there is a two thing. Hello guys. If I will, as of now, you will see inside a fund transfer and inside a fund transfer. These are two different accounts. This two statements has been printed first. Means on line number 7, both the threads came into at the same time. Almost. And after that, it will go for a sleep. Right? So it is went for a sleep. Hence, this particular statement in run method is not being printed. Yes or no? One more time, I will just run it so that you can understand it. Right? Halt. You see, these two statements has been printed. Now it is going for a halt for 20 seconds. It will execute. So all this remaining code will be executed because of this. Yes, you see in run method. So both threads will come up here because here we are calling obj.fund transfer, right? And then we are calling a system.inRun method, right? So for 20 seconds, it got halt so that you can understand that what is going on. So this, where is these two threads? You got my point? Now, one more I will show you. In fund transfer, this thread dot sleep, correct? If I will put this statement after the sleep, you will see only one statement. Yes or no? So this statement will not be getting printed because this thread dot sleep as of now, right? It will went for a sleep mode. Clear? Right? So you see for 20 seconds again. Now, you see there can also be different problems there. Here we can have into a fund transfer method because this code is basically shared between these two threads. Both the threads are trying to access and trying to perform in this area some operations. So if I'm saying we wanted to make it as a safe, right? So if I will make it the safe, you will see as of now, you will see both the statements are printing right? At the same time, correct? But if I will make it as a synchronized, so only one thread will be able to access it. Clear? Hmm? So at a particular time, only one thread will be basically able to access it. If you wanted to make as a guard. So it is in operating system, we have something called as a critical section, right? Where only one thread can perform. And there is a concept of a mutual exclusion, right? Both will work, but both will not impact to each other. Correct? So any particular time, if you wanted to work with any other code where you wanted to really save this code, so if you are using a synchronized keyword, only one thread will be able to access it. Everybody got it? Huh? So this is one way. Another way, if you wanted to use it, you can also use a synchronized block. So let's say I wanted to do only this particular code as a synchronized inside the synchronized block. So I can write like this, you can say as a this. So not entire method, only some particular part I wanted to lock it. It is basically you're locking it. So at this time, only one particular person can come and do this. It's like your ATM machine. One person will go, do perform task, come back. So in where in your ATM machine, you're right, like this. So you will use the synchronized block. This is still we are saying it's a current object. So you are locking the current object. Are you getting my point? So synchronized keyword we are using to make it as a lock, or maybe only one particular thread will enter at a certain time. At a particular time into that particular code can be executed by the thread. We can have, if the multiple synchronized method you have, so all these other methods also cannot be accessed. If you have a 10 synchronized method, just like your string buffer, if one thread will go into a one method, but entire object is locked by that thread. So all other threads will not be able to perform any operations. But if you have any other non-synchronized method, that non-synchronized method will be able to accessed by the other threads. Okay. So this is basically you can understand it how, and there is also a rather than whenever thread, right? So if you can also use thread.sleep or you can use a sleep or wait. So thread.sleep will not releasing the lock of the object. It is claiming that this is as of now I am working on this particular class or this code, right? So till that time I will not finish, I will not leave it. Means you will lock it. Clear? So thread.sleep holding the lock until that time it is saying 20 minutes is still I am here only 20 seconds. I will not give any other lock or nobody can come and perform anything. Correct? But if you will use a wait here. So wait, notify all. So wait, it is saying that, okay, for 20 minutes, you can take and you can perform it. I am leaving it now. Notify. And it will notify. It will go for a wait state. Okay. saying that, okay, I am leaving it from here, right? And it will notify and giving a notification and informing to some other thread, so you can come and you can do it. So here is also, it will go for a wait state for 20 seconds. So he will release the lock also. So that is a between thread dot sleep and wait. Correct. Lock means this is current object, because this code belongs to in this class. So this object has to be locked. Yes or no? There can be a more methods also here. So this entire processing, there will be some variables, functionalities, and all these things. So everything has to be, we need to make sure as a safe. Everybody? Yes. So like this, you can use that either synchronized block or synchronized method, right? And then wait, notify all. If you will use a notify all, it will notify all to all these waiting threads. If let's say 10 threads are waiting to perform something here, all these 10 threads will be getting notified here. Got my point? Everybody? So this way you can implement it. There can be a multiple different applications